My hat! Alright, so this is pretty exciting. I just picked this up. I actually drove quite a while to a great place called NorCal Hobbies, San Jose, California. So that's quite a drive, actually. Now, I usually tell people, yeah, I can buy this stuff online, but I like going to hobby shops. Hobby shops are great. The other thing too is you're paying for their knowledge as well. You don't even have to. If you don't buy anything, they'll still help you out. That's why I like hobby shops. So I like buying there as a way to support them. But anyway, here I have my Revo 3.3. This is awesome. So some of you have probably seen my T-Max videos. That was cool. Flips over a lot. I may get a newer T-Max at some point, maybe. But for now, I have the Revo 3.3. And it's my favorite color, new, which is one of my favorite colors. No, this is actually blue, and the colors are marked over here. So there's red, there's a yellow line, I don't know, silver, I'm going to assume it's silver, green, and blue. This one happens to be the blue. And these are pretty cool. So I've actually been asking for one for quite some time. Like I said, they were in stock online. I went there, did some on-road racing, and then I would call. Actually, I've been looking for one for a long time. Even though they were stock online some other places, I just held off, and then managed to call today, and they told me they had one in stock, so I just turned it into a road trip. I called in the morning, then I got there this afternoon. So the transmitter, this is pretty cool. So it's a TQI transmitter. It does come with this 3rd channel switch. The T-Max that has reverse, this is where you would engage the reverse on here. But this is the TQI. The other one is the TQ. That's what I have on the T-Max. But the cool thing about the Revo 3.3 is it comes with the link. So this is already installed. Usually this would be an additional feature. I don't have my other TQI radios here handy, but the other ones generally just have a little cover there, and you would unscrew that and then screw this in. But that is pretty neat. You do get a battery. It looks like a Tamiya style plug. This, I am going to assume, is for the easy start, because other than that I don't see why I would want this. It's a good thing I have some plugs so I can make an adapter for my charger. And now for the fun part. So I have the foam. So this side, this is where the battery and the transmitter were, and the truck is fully assembled. Oh, wow. All right, so it is fully assembled. The tires are on there. The truck is facing this way. This is massive. So let's move this over here, and I'll start rolling this out. Alright, so you get a fuel bottle. This is a pretty large fuel bottle. Just going to save this in the bag. I already have one that I've been using, so there's no point in using that one, but that's pretty cool. So if you're new and this is your first Nitro, this is great value for your money. You're looking at $500. That's the retail price for this, and then I generally don't tell you the full price because taxes will vary depending on region. San Jose is pretty high up there in my opinion as far as taxes. But like I said, it's a great shop, great people there. Owner, very friendly, very knowledgeable. So if you have any questions, that's a great place to go. So there's nothing else in here except for this. I just hit the camera. But let's look at the goodie bag. And I want to look at the goodie bag before this because then I'm just going to spend all my time there and I'm going to ignore the bag. So let's go ahead and see. Alright, so in the bag there are stickers. Alright, that's great. Fancy that. product registration, TQI. You get this with almost every vehicle, to be honest, that has a TQI transmitter. Here we go. You also get this with almost every Traxxas vehicle. What is this? Oh, top fuel. So you do want to get good quality fuel. I do like Traxxas fuel. I'm not using Traxxas fuel right now, but I'm probably going to switch over to the quarts. I used to buy the gallon, but I don't use it enough. And you don't want to buy the gallon if you don't use it enough or spend it fast enough. The reason why is it will, the nitro will actually suck moisture from the atmosphere, and then it'll degrade over time. But wow, this is actually a really nice manual. Let me see, what is this? What to do if your Traxxas model breaks. All right, so every Traxxas model comes with something like this. You have the exploded view for the assembly. So this is pretty neat. Transmission, front end, rear end. I should probably do a breakdown video. I probably will. But this is actually really nice. Let's see, what is this? On the Vortex and other models, you generally get your regular sheet size. I actually prefer this. This almost looks like it's metric paper. I like the scale. I would have to measure it to see if it's metric paper. This is pretty neat. So metric paper is generally a 1 by 1.44, I believe. That's the ratio. Let's see. Versus other paper, right? Origami, I believe, is a 2 to 1 or 1 to 2. But this looks like metric paper, which is great. Alright, so it gives you the layout. Something about print, I enjoy the scent of print. Alright, so it has these. Alright, just going through the manual. Alright, basic setup stuff. Engine. Alright, well. So if this is your very first Nitro, do read through the entire manual because it gives you a lot of useful information. I saw things there about your camber, your toe. So that is something that you really want. How to tune your carburetor, breaking the engine in. So breaking the engine in, if you followed the Traxxas video, there's only 2 body clips. The rest are probably in the bag. Oh, I was going to go through everything in the bag. The T-Max, that was an engine, a 3.3 that I was breaking in, so I broke it in after 4 tanks. The very first tank, just nice and slow. The second one, a little faster. Usually about halfway. Let's see. Half throttle. You don't want to throttle all the way. Let's see. Revo air filter elements. All right. That was there, so I'll hold it there. I do have some filters since this is not the first 3.3 engine. Silicone oil. I'm going to assume this is for the shocks. You do get some silicone oil. Traxxas, whenever you get these oils, they never put what oil it is, but I'm going to assume it's 30 or 35 weight, since this does have the GTR shocks, and GTR shocks generally come with, I believe it's a 35 weight. So you get more body clips here. You also get more of those little knuckles, those little barrels for the tie rods. There's a few little spacers in here, and oh, this is pretty neat. So these are the body foams. So if it doesn't have any installed, I'm actually going to install them. They work wonders. They reduce the noise a significant amount. It doesn't seem, when you're running them, the body sounds still somewhat noisy, but then once you run a body without them, you can really tell the difference. But let's see what else comes in the bag. Hopefully I don't drop anything. Alright, so several body clips, so this is good. They look like the slash body clips, but these are a thicker gauge. Thicker gauge for sure. Alright, so those are the spacers, everything else, and these are those foams. So these are the body washers. Alright. So what else do we get here? Alright, you get this cigarette charger. I've never used one. They're slow, but I guess if you're on the go, it works. Maybe I'll use it someday. Oh, So here's an adapter. I'm assuming this is for the easy start. I'm not going to open it, but this would be the easy start. So the way it works is you would place the battery in here. Oh, maybe I should open it. And I'm assuming this is the adapter that will go in there and over here. The old, let me just open it. This may be different than what I used to have. Especially because I'm surprised to see that battery. The batteries used to be different and it was a different plug. It's this really weird sized plug back then. Oh, well, that's the same. Right. So, let's see. Well, I guess I'll figure it out. More things to read. Alright, so this is the same easy start system. Just go ahead and close that, set it off to the side. Let's see, Revo tools. Some of these tools will look familiar, especially if you have some other Traxxas vehicles. So one of the tools that I see here is, T-wrench. Every single one of them has one of these little here, so I don't really need this. But this is for the wheels. It's your 17. If you just use a 17, it should work. Right, this is different. But if you have their TRX, their crawlers, these wrenches should look familiar. And if you have a Traxxas Ultimate, the Slash Ultimate, this should look familiar along with this wrench. Probably for the GTR shocks, that's the reason why you're getting these tools. And these are, I like these. These are, I'm going to assume these are for the turnbuckles. You get an 8mm and a 5mm, and these look nice. So this is pretty neat. Some of these tools may actually keep. Alright, let's see. So, glow plug. Here's a glow plug. I'm not sure if this is an extra or if it's missing the glow plug. Do I have to assemble this? I'm not sure if these are extra parts or if I have to assemble this. Let's see. Long travel rocker set. Oh, this is the long travel. So I'm going to assume it has the short travel on there, and then this would be the long travel. So you do get these little pistons for the shocks. You get 4 new springs. These are silver and blue. So you get silver and blue, and then you get these new little rocker sets for the little cams or rockers. It's interesting because the spurs here, but these already broke off except for these two. Those are the, nope, not anymore. So there we go. They're off the spur. That's pretty neat. Alright, so now the exciting portion. Oh, this mounts kind of off to the side. Interesting. So here comes the body. So I do like the body, but I am curious about a few things. Alright, so this is pretty neat. So if the body, when the body is sitting on it, there's this little tab. This is what you're going to pull to fuel, which is pretty neat because you have this hole there where you can fuel through, and then you would pull that through here. I'm not sure how easy it is to get that in here. Not too bad. So not too bad. You pull and then fuel right through here, right through the side. Right now that piece of paper is in the way, so you can't really see. You could stick your fuel bottle in there. Now, I do happen to have the T-Max body. They look to be the same size. It's just the engine's in a different place. So if I cut this one up, modify it, I could probably use this for this truck. I wonder if the mounts... Alright, so I would just have to make new holes for everything, but I could probably use this on this one. So if you have some extra T-Max bodies, you could probably modify them. I don't know if you want to, but you could. Let's see, tires. These don't feel bad. They actually feel a lot better than your T-Max, I always forget, I think it's a 2.5, the entry-level T-Max. The T-Max 3.0 has very similar feeling tires. The wheels are pretty nice. So the wheels are nice. These things, I mean, they don't have to be this nice. They'll get scuffed up and the chrome will come off. But still, let's see. So we have a filter here, so it's this design. And we have that other filter foam to go over there. Let's see, this is pre-installed. All right, so we have that. That is good. The wires are there. So the engine does mount at a slight angle. The bumpers look pretty nice. I'm pretty sure they're going to brake quite fast. This spring is very similar to the Slash. I wonder if it's the same spring, maybe. So the bumpers are different than the, what I can remember from the T-Max. But let's see, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Well, there we go. Alright, so nothing in the fuel tank. I do like the way the shock set. So this is like a Formula One style system from many cars. I'm not sure if you have seen them or if you're familiar with them, but they are very similar. So let me just go ahead and flip it so you can see everything. And that's the bottom. Everything I think is well protected. I mean, these skid plates, these arms are long arms. The longer the arms, usually better for suspension. But I do like the way the transmission sets. The brake appears to be a metal disc, so you do have some form of composite here on the two shoes, your brake shoes, brake pads. But other than that, this looks great. You have this here to pinch it. This is how you disengage the engine. You cut the fuel supply. I mean, you can, oh, this is much stiffer tubing than the roll of tubing I have. I wonder if I'd be able to pinch it. I find it interesting how long the fuel tubing is compared to this. I'm going to run it this way, see how it runs, and then I may play with the lengths. This is where the easy start would go in. You have your transmission here. It is a 2-speed. I'm going to leave it the way it is, then later on I can adjust it. The front seems too soft. The rear also seems too soft. But not as soft as the front. The front is incredibly soft. But I'll probably just, well, that's pretty good. I like the articulation. Wow, this is insane. Yeah, I'm curious. Let's see. Wow. Alright, that's about it. So we are looking at about, I should measure it from the inside, about 13, I can't really place the ruler down there, but 13.5 centimeters approximately. That's quite a bit. 13.5 centimeters, that's about 5¼ inches before the other tire starts lifting. I wonder what the front is like. The front looks like it has far more articulation, to be honest. Let me see. I also have to compensate for that little bit in the front. Oh, yeah, the front is about 15.5 centimeters, which is about 6 1/8 inches. So that's a lot of articulation on the suspension. But anyway, this is the truck. It looks amazing, and one of the things I do like about these is the chassis, the way the chassis looks. So we'll see. So hopefully I can get some running videos, maybe some teardown videos at some point, once I have a little more time. But other than that, this is my unboxing. Thank you so much for watching.